But I'd rather be lonely and wait for you only, old pal. How I miss you tonight.
Hi, and welcome to this video reviewing the development of what Chicago Chord of Trade dubbed the Miss Lost Medley. Featured are two songs, Oh How I Miss You Tonight and When I Lost You. The arrangement is unique as it is the first ballad medley to be presented on the international stage. Most quartets are familiar with medleys which feature two, sometimes even three songs. But because ballads are slow and can be lengthy, to arrange a ballad medley might at first seem to be overly ponderous. But we'll see how this one is put together and does work exceedingly well. I wanted to do an old song, but also create something new and different. I love the song, Oh How I Miss You Tonight, but rather than just the standard treatment, I thought it could be enhanced with another song on a similar theme. Since the first song is about loss, missing someone and feeling that loss, the Irving Berlin song, When I Lost You, came to mind. I quickly realized that I could only use a portion of it, lest the whole arrangement become unwieldy. So the form of the medley was now taking shape. A unique characteristic of Oh How I Miss You Tonight is its form. The melody of each of the three A sections is presented with a different lyric. We have Oh, how I miss you tonight, and then Oh, how I need you tonight, and the third one, each moment though we're apart. So they have the same melodic contour, slightly different lyrics in each, and different harmonies. The B sections provide contrast to each of the A sections, with different lyrics and harmony. The B1 section, Miss You When Lights Are Low, comes to the dominant area, and More Than You'll Ever Know, which comes back to tonic. And then You're Never Out of My Heart ends in a 2 minor. And there's a mirror there with the A2 section and the B3 section both being in 2 minor. After three presentations of the statement and echo of the A and B sections, the last 8 bars, section C, is completely new lyrics and music and provides a strong and satisfying resolution of the 6 previous musical statements. The Interlude. It was said that Irving Berlin wrote this song upon the death of his wife, When I Lost You. It is comprised exclusively of metaphors, and he compares his loss to the loss of sunshine and roses, the heavens of blue, the beautiful rainbow, the morning dew, and the loss of the angel who gave me the summer the whole winter through. And finally, I lost the gladness that was turned into sadness when I lost you. So a beautiful song and sentiment upon the death of Irving Berlin's wife. I determined that only half of the song, 16 bars, could be used to create the interlude so that the arrangement remained balanced. I chose the first 8 bars, a very good place to start, and the last 8 bars because the finish of the song would also be a good finish for the interlude. After an effective half-step key change, the last half of Oh How I Miss You Tonight serves as the reprise. So we finish When I Lost You, key change, and then each moment. And we're in the new key, and as we're building now to the musical and lyrical climax in the reprise, it's natural in this development section to include some big chord moments which we all love in the barbershop style. The first appears in the B3 section of the reprise where the melody is altered from C sharp to E. So it normally would come comes down to, in this instance we go to the E, and therefore gives us an E major strong voiced chord working its way to the C sharp minor. And so that gives us some grand chords for a dramatic moment for the lyrics, "You're never out of my heart, with big chords coming on the ah vowel of heart. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better setup. In the section C, the word wait is given emphasis on the big 1-7 chord. Rather be lonely and wait. And then this progression, reminiscent all the way back to Sweet Roses of Morn. Wait for you. And then finally, the big climactic high point on the word pal. Melody's altered here is where it goes originally, but for the dramatic effect, gives us another high, gives us the climax of the song on pal. And that chord is held and crescendoed, and the release of the sound reverberates in the hall and provides that ah moment for the performer and the audience alike. It's a grand moment. Now as we come into the end of the song, we've had this big climactic moment. And the question is, how do we handle the finish? And after we have the big old pal, and do we just go, how I miss you tonight, and then do some plunky chords? I think not. The idea here was to also take your time in wending your way to the finish. So there's a baritone tiddly after the big pal chord. It continues on. Baritone, tenor swipe. Now this voicing is also very good for the Chicago Chord of Trade because the lead was a tenor, and he could float these high sevenths, soft and easy, so they balanced really well in the Chinese seventh chord. So we have this slowing it down, baritone, how, the tenor moving. And then we have a neat effect called a cascade. One note, two notes, three notes, four notes, and then the harmony only, providing a background harmony for the lead to reintroduce the melody line of the When I Lost You. So it sounds like this.